am playing for you tonight, Isol, the female tiefling sorcerer, level 5. With my blue skin and black hair and cute little accent, I'm going to get in trouble for you. Did I get everything? Was there something else I was supposed to say?
No, you nailed it. Thank you so much, Ashley. Glad you're here. Let's jump over to Ty Thalanos.
Pressure. Tythalanos, Tyler here. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Tythalanos, where I play games and general do nerdy stuff. But yeah, playing Tobias, a fighter cleric multi-class tonight.
Heck yeah. Glad to have you back, sir. Let's jump over to Vamp Wickman, everybody.
Hey everybody, Vamp Wickman here. Chad, I'm playing Kyanite, the blue dragonborn bard, dual wielding, fighter style, dancing around the battlefield, having some fun, and trying to get my background to stop making my face disappear with this mask on. I'll be moving a lot or taking the mask off eventually. We'll see, because it just keeps. Look at that! Look at that!
There it is. That's a sweet mask.
Like a magic aura.
The thing is that mask is kick-ass, but Chad, you've also got a really, really sweet haircut that I was super impressed when you showed up in it. Look at that! Look at that haircut. Looks good, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for bringing it. Let's jump over to Rory.
Yeah, so I am playing Gel, a very well-dressed turtle, level 5 as well. Very pungent, well-aged seaweed dripping from him. Very attractive smell for sure.
For turtles.
He's a fighter. I don't know, arguably for everyone.
Arguably. Hey, you did great last time. In fact, I do remember that that you were rolling some high-ish numbers on those dice.
Yeah.
So that's new.
Yeah, that is definitely new. That is I'm looking forward to this day.
Oh, that's so good. We're so glad to have you here. Let's jump up to Travis Eversalt.
Hi, Travis here. Tonight I am playing as Boom, our dwarvish slippery rogue of sorts. Don't really have much of a description for him, but he's definitely gotten into some trouble and had nearly the crap scared out of him entirely last session. So we're going to see what else is going to scare him this time.
Oh boy. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Sorry for picking on you last session a little bit, but hey man, you look into the mirror, you don't know what you're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting.
To be honest.
And you guys all know me. I'm Dave. I run games and produce games and play games here on the Guild Spirit channel. I wanted to mention that we've got a ton of new stuff going on this month, including last night we launched our first session of a new Blade Runner RPG game that Bleak Season is running for us here on the channel. We've also got a new Greyhawk adventure starting up with the Session 0 tomorrow night. And then we are in the works to get our Shadesong saga up next week. So there's a lot going on here, some new stuff. If you want to get notified, follow the channel. I saw Vamp, thanks for the resub. Appreciate the support. If you're thinking about following or subbing, we utilize the resources gained through our streaming efforts to purchase art from artists and to kind of blend back into the community so we can grow what we're doing and help out our friends at the same time. So encourage you to sub and all that good stuff. We are playing Castle of Mirrors. So this is a sort of a module setting, a string of different scenes and scenarios that were developed by the gentleman who runs Runehammer Games, Hank Fernali. Just a great, just a plethora of information inside this PDF that has given us an opportunity to create some really interesting scenarios and interesting encounters. So I'm super jazzed about that and encourage you all to look up Runehammer Games when you have a chance to do so. This is, again, the Castle of Mirrors. So really excited to jump back into this tonight. Let's see. Is there anything else that I should mention? We do have an option where folks who are watching can get involved and influence the game. If you do want to cheer bits, you can influence by giving a player advantage that they can use in their roles. And this is a pretty deadly encounter, so I'll just give you a little hint, guys. They're going to need it. So give that a thought as well. Did I miss anything, guys? I don't know.
No Tarrasques.
No Tarrasques? We don't want any
No
Tarrasques this
Tarrasques.
time?
No
Okay.
Tarrasques.
We have a request
Absolutely
for...
not.
Okay, I guess. Hey, man, the table has spoken, and we listen to our table. We'll find something else that's terrible and deadly to incorporate into this. Perhaps the Baron himself. We'll see. Let's dive into a quick recap from last session. Let's see here. In our last session, my friends, you found yourselves waking from a nightmarish alternate reality, aka the Tarrasque TPK, to find yourselves back in the Lion's Courtyard of Castle Vargg. Around you, the bodies of lion-like humanoids lay motionless, recently killed in battle. You took stock of your situation and you set out to find the entrance to the castle. Along the way, you discovered a map of the castle on a fallen knight and a handful of the very valuable oolite shards, which are said to aid in spell casting inside the castle where dark energy has almost nullified magic in some strange way, perhaps protecting the inhabitants of the castle. Who knows? You also drew the attention of Cromsmore raiders, who you had previously duped outside the castle gates. A battle ensued as they chased you through the courtyard, you defeating a horde of these raiders as they attacked. You then scrambled towards the castle as more of them flooded into the courtyard in sort of a very dramatic escape scene. You pushed your way past these broken doors and into the kind of physics twisting hallway that was lined with gruesome portraits, and these portraits kind of followed your advance through the hallway. There were these mirrors along the hall as well that seemed to show no reflection of your passing. Very strange stuff. You pressed on. You discovered in a chamber a massive floating mirror that you sought to destroy, but as your attacks against it triggered a stream of chaos demons that emerged to attack you. The situation was dire as more and more of these demons arrived in hopes of feasting on your souls. But you managed to destroy the mirror. It was a bit terrifying, but you did indeed cut off the portal and ended that connection between whatever plane of chaos in this plane that you're on. But so too, it seemed that you had cut yourselves off from your original path. If you remember, the hallway that you had traveled down to get to this chamber had seemingly disappeared, with only one way to proceed, deeper into Castle Vargg. Now, strategically, at this point, you decided to take a short rest and regain some of your strength before pressing on. So while you sat watching down this hallway, trying to rest and recharge the old D&D batteries, you noticed a ghostly figure drifting down the hallway, seemingly oblivious to your presence, examining the artwork perhaps, looking in the mirrors perhaps, drifting closer and closer as your short rest came to a close. And at that point, this creature, this apparition, seemingly unfazed, but now visible as a skeleton shrouded in an elegant cloak, held out its bony hand, pointing at you and asking, "Who are you?" And that, my friends, is where we're going to pick up this evening. This creature stands questioning you. What would you like to do?
So whom's gonna stand up from sitting down with like his right arm behind his back where his like secondary dagger is, just kind of holding onto it, and I suppose with the same kind of reverence, pointing back and saying, Who are you to ask who am I?
Did I get out like Camp Scout cookies or whatever?
Yeah, that's
it was I
right.
said right before we entered.
Yep. Care to buy a Girl Scout cookie?
I was trying not to say Girl Scout.
Oh no, somebody bleep that out. We'll fix it in post. Don't worry about it.
Right, like Camp Scout cookies.
You turn the tables, Whom, and ask that question. This creature looks at you with these hollow eyes, right? The skull glaring at you, maybe a faint glimmer of some sort of a red glow inside the skull. You have entered Castle Vargg uninvited. Tell me, from where did you venture? Does Edsel still stand?
Well, I didn't see a no solicitor sign, so I'm sorry. We could still leave.
Boom looks back. He's just like, if anybody else can help with this, I don't know what to say to him. Like, he has
Sadly,
this like, look of like,
yeah, sadly, this individual has no sense of humor.
Can't win them all. Tough crowd. Does anybody else remember what Edsel is? Because I can't remember what was on the map.
That was the town that you had stopped in where you met Janie and Pete. And you had worked with some of the people to investigate the sickness, quote unquote, that had overcome the town.
Okay.
Then strum a note. Bling! Edsel stands and will rise again.
Very interesting that those people have withstood the evil here. But why have you come then?
We are heroes.
Yeah, that is what he said.
Well, that remains to be seen, doesn't it?
Have you seen our breaking mirror skills? Top notch.
So good.
You have destroyed these mirrors. At this point, you can see that this individual kind of almost grows a little bit as they get agitated and floats past you, like almost through you, and goes over to where it feels kind of cold and gross as it does, and it goes over to where that large mirror had been floating. Now there's just shards of glass everywhere. And it's just kind of looking down at the glass. It can't be. You can't really tell what it's saying, or it's almost like having an internal, external dialogue with itself.
Can I do an insight check to understand what its motivation is? Is it angry at us? Is it like what's its emotional state?
Yeah, you could absolutely roll an insight check. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for hopping in and joining us tonight.
Natural 20.
Oh,
for 25.
Shucks. That's pretty good.
I'm using that up right away on these real good skills checks.
That's pretty good.
Knocking it out of the park first roll.
So you get the sense that there is an element of anger. And perhaps, I guess with the natural 20, God, it's hard to read it something like this, because this is not a human or a tiefling or any sort of creature that you're familiar with, but you get the sense that there is some sort of regret, but you're not sure what the source of it is. But it's definitely an agitation.
I don't know. I think I have a bit of a dumb idea. Well, not really a dumb idea. I don't know how it's going to pan out if you're okay with it. Okay.
We are so in for dumb ideas.
Broke mirror,
So-
yeah, go for it.
Kind of like with his hand, just with his hands like next to his mouth, just to kind of give a little extra projection. So if you take umbrage with our presence here, maybe we could have an audience with your master and end this conflict sooner.
It just kind of turns as you say that and looks at you and then floats over towards you. My master sleeps in the spire. Does not take audience.
Oh,
Was
I mean,
it you?
we're kinda...
Are you the one? Kind of like reaches. You can almost feel like this icy cold grasp, like on the side of your shoulder. Are you the one?
We need to have a
broke
talk about
this?
consent in touching.
I consent to this. He freezes up. Like, what if I say yes?
It is not possible. No, it releases like it's sort of like spectral grasp or like touch, and it sort of floats back over. How did you do this, dwarf?
I don't want to sound cliche, but, with the power of friendship and all of us, with our combined might, was capable of taking out this mirror. I would hope that would be an understandable force in this universe.
Hope, you say? Hope has been absent from this place for hundreds of years. Long before I was entrapped here. You have brought hope, then.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, nobody told us we couldn't, so yes, we did.
Thanks for the raid, Queen's Court Games. We appreciate you.
Do you not have any hope then?
You're a curious creature. Tell me, would you have hope if you had been damned to this place for hundreds of years after serving its master loyally and building what you have destroyed? Kind of turns back, gesturing towards where the mirror once stood.
Would you have hope if we could give you freedom and revenge on that person?
Hope can be intoxicating. It has led many to do foolish things. I
That's why we're
fear.
here.
I fear that perhaps you have made a mistake by coming here. Thanks for the follows, guys.
Perhaps, but we won't know until we've done what we're doing. Like, you won't know until you have your freedom and revenge. That sounds like hope to me.
It sounds like you got a really shitty retirement plan, and maybe we need to do a little revenging on your boss.
and then maybe you can be free.
Maybe.
Have you all thought about
Maybe.
joining a union, like of undead people and like scary paintings, and like maybe together you could throw over your boss?
You jest. That perhaps is how you deal with your fear. This place will never let me leave. I fear perhaps the same will be your fate.
Oh no, I try to be as annoying as possible. There's no way they'll keep me.
What
Bold
locks you?
strategy.
What locks you into this place?
I am a part of the physical structure of this entire place. My body has been distributed across the compound. I can never leave it unless it is in itself destroyed. But the Baron Hedron will not allow it. I will not stop you. I will not end your hope. But I warn you that it will be deadly.
I mean, yes, we're planning on killing someone, so deadly is good.
Yes, there's that hope again. You will find your path through the upper chambers. There is a portal in the library. The Baron sleeps in the spire above, but he will know your approach.
I have just two last questions for you. I don't know about the others, but I have two. Do you recall your name?
My name. Varion.
Varion. Then, because you know this place better than us, is possession something of your skill set?
I do not know this answer. I have been cursed to walk these halls, to stare upon the portraits of the family, the Vargg family, which I served so loyally.
Also, all those scary people actually lived at one point? Like, is all the same family?
Some of them, many of them, were good people.
Then what happened to them?
Evil, power, death, hopelessness.
I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more specific than evil.
You will find that answer, the farther you rise in the castle, it will make itself clear to you.
Is there anything you would like us to do for you while we're here? Is there anything that you can't do for yourself?
Tough question for this creature. I do not know this answer, but if you destroy the Baron's hold on this place, perhaps it will fall in time, and with it, perhaps I will pass.
All right, well, if you think of anything else while we're still in the building, let us know.
If you find the answer to my second question of possession, I used to see plenty of ghosts at the bottom of oceans. And I'll just raise out my arms. You are always welcome to visit and help us.
Does anybody else have any questions for Varian at this point?
Varian, I think probably one of the biggest questions ringing in my head is what allows your master to maintain his hold over this place, and what could we do to get him to move on? What would make that easier for us?
The Baron's power comes from multiple planes of existence from which life force drains. He is the soul drinker.
Okay. So you mean to tell me that he is here persisting because he has access to these other planes? And
This
we could
plane
cut
and
those off?
others. Yes, that is true.
Hmm. We could figure out how to cut that number down, we might be able to weaken him.
I thought it was the mirrors. Aren't the mirrors portals to other planes, sort of?
They have
Sure.
many different properties. I will give you one final warning. Your hope makes you desirable to the Baron. Your hope is what fuels the power of your soul. Be wary. With that, dissipates.
Well, that was unsettling.
Yeah, a bit of a quandary. Do I have to be sad when I fight him?
That's what I was thinking. Like, oh no, I am so sad. I'm just gonna hold out my blade. Please run into it. Like, what will happen? I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe it'll work. I'll try.
You should. You should.
I'll practice while we get there. I'll work on it.
Okay.
I do think there was a point you had, though, with the mirrors. That was a very big one, and a lot came out of it.
Yeah.
Perhaps that helps.
Right, we should keep smashing mirrors.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
As long as it's quickly.
Very quickly.
All right, let's see if we can find some more stuff to break. Who's with me?
Yeah.
You know, I never got to ask the ghost if I would look cooler after we kill the Baron by putting one foot on him and putting my hands on my hips, or just putting my fist in the air. I don't know.
We'll try them
I could
both.
probably answer that for you. I think it's a bit of both.
You know, like if you're going to have a portrait artist paint that later, you don't actually need his corpse there. Like you can just kind of tell him what it looked like, and then you just pose in the tavern.
But I have to visualize it. If I can't see it up here, what am I going to do?
We'll take a mental picture later.
Take a selfie.
There's a lot of canvases around here. I could paint on the back of one, I think.
Oh, you just paint over the top, like all the famous artists.
Yeah.
I'm sure
if
it
you-
won't be cursed and nothing bad will happen to you if you use one.
That's hope.
Yeah, we're building hope over here. This is getting
Yeah.
extra juicy.
Should we continue down the hallway? I don't want to go first.
I understand, but I would hope that we would be going forward. Trying.
Shall we
Other
restrain from breaking too many on our way?
No,
Save it
man,
for
we
the
should
big ones.
we should break all of them as quickly as possible.
We just all hit it at once, right?
Right, like on the count of 3, everyone attack it.
Wait, is that on 3 or after 3?
Well, we'll work it out. It's fine.
This is
Well,
a
we can
smooth
always-
machine.
We can always like do that thing I did earlier, putting the mirror up against a mirror. We could just kind of do it in pairs,
That was very
make
quick.
it, you know.
That was super quick.
Yeah, that was very efficient. I like that.
Except for when that one mirror exploded when you entered a new room. So maybe not take them into new rooms.
Well, that mirror was still destroyed quickly. So we could have just taken them all and thrown them in the room, and they would have all broken instantly.
So we should go see if there's any in this hallway and then chuck them into this room and they might explode.
Worth trying, unless the door disappears.
That's true.
Well, we won't know until we go.
And that's some hope there.
All right, I'll give it a try, and just kind of, you know, with a bit of a shrug, he goes into the hallway ahead of us, just, you know, to go and like collect one of those mirrors, try to demonstrate if that's really the case, or maybe we need to have a fully functional mirror in front of a fully functional mirror for that to happen.
So you walk down the hall, Whom, and kind of step up to one of the first mirrors that you see. The mirrors themselves, as well as the artwork that's on the walls here, are framed with bones. Like the frame for the mirror and the artwork are human bones. That's the first thing that you notice. You don't see a reflection in the mirror, and you do get the sense that the portraits of these people are, again, their visage kind of shifts as you walk past. So from sort of a normal, you know, Elizabethan kind of like proper pose to like this grimace, strange, demonic, disfigured look. The eyes kind of following as you walk down the hallway, but again, framed with bone.
So he grabs on both sides of the mirror to lift it away from the wall, just muttering, I think, this is creepy, but at least there's no dwarven bones on this one. Starts shimmying it down the hallway into the room with the rest of them. You can tell he's a little uncomfortable.
Is it a mirror or is it a portrait?
The mirror.
Mirror. So you grabbed one mirror. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. And you're going to walk into the main chamber with it.
Yes.
Chuck it in.
Okay.
Don't lock it in. Like, huh.
But what if it breaks because I threw it and not because it went into the room?
Well,
should
either
I,
way
I
is
should turn it around.
good.
Still
Like,
win.
you just don't want it to explode on you.
Yeah. I'll. You know what? I'll turn it around. It's a great idea, and it's like I'm so glad you stopped me at the doorway. Turns it around to face it away from him, and he just like walks past the doorway. Brace himself.
Nothing happens as you step over the threshold into the room.
Okay, we're getting a better. That was disappointing, but we're getting a better idea of how this works.
Was it because the big mirror was reflecting what was in the little mirror we brought in?
I think
Even though
so.
we didn't see it.
I don't know how magic works, but if mirrors are like a portal, and I heard this whole thing about putting a portal in a portal kind of causes like weird. All I heard is
like,
really nasty stuff
Like
happen.
you can't put a bag of holding in a bag of holding because they explode.
Is that what it is? Oh man,
I
I'm so
mean-
glad I never did that.
It's what I've heard.
You want to try the mirror to mirror whom in the hallway?
Yeah, you know what? Like, well, let's go ahead and move along. I'll see if like there's a whole bunch there. Pretty sure there's a whole bunch that we can test this out on as we go. There's more paintings over there.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
not
we're all
burn
on
them because that didn't seem to. I don't know. That was painful to someone. Yes.
You think those paintings are trap souls? I don't want to think about that. You know what? I'm gonna let that go. It just
Well, wait.
walls the
though,
mirror
who?
into the hallway again.
That's dark.
We can burn the paintings later if like we make it out.
But if they are trap souls, perhaps it's reserved power.
So you say we should just trash everything.
Wow.
Break stuff.
Why we're here now?
I mean, but where we can take mirrors to mirrors and we can take all the paintings and throw them in one spot and just.
Like a
I don't-
bonfire?
Yeah, but I don't want to light them this time. You're right. That did hurt.
Well, you know,
Well,
I
like-
have a firebolt spell, so we
There you
could
go.
make a little pile of them and then I could firebolt them from a distance.
I like this. Let's do it.
Okay. We go into
I
the
really
hallway
hope
and we
that's not-
start
yeah.
grabbing paintings off the wall and throwing them in a pile.
Each of you that grabs a painting, as you pull it off the wall, you hear whispers, you hear voices from the painting. You can't make out what they're saying because it's not a language. It's just like they're stuck with some sort of weird, I don't know, sounds that come from their painted mouths. I need each of you to roll a wisdom saving throw. Anybody who picks one of the paintings off the wall.
I know I'm good. Still walking with a mirror.
Oh, 9.
Wisdom save. I got a 2.
18.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm skeptical of all this and not touching any of it.
Okay. Whom?
It's just- I have the mirror. I honestly I'm not touching any of the paintings. I'm
Okay.
You
doing
were going
the
to
mirror
find
movement.
another mirror.
So Gel and Isol, as you grab the painting and these voices are calling and whispering, you start to get wound into the narrative that they're saying. And even though you don't understand the language or even can comprehend if they're words, you are completely mesmerized. For all intents and purposes, you are now paralyzed just holding the painting, looking at it. And the rest of you see this. Kyanite, you hear these whispers, but perhaps you just kind of shut them out of your mind, or maybe you quickly turn the painting and don't look at it all the way, but the other two are just enraptured by them.
Oh man, it's like a magic eye. If I just get the right angle.
After throwing the painting down in the pile, can I go back and smack the painting out of the other's hands?
Yeah, you can try to pull the painting out, but they're holding on to it, so you could do a contested strength roll.
Okay. Yes.
So you're gonna try to pull the painting out of Isolde's hands first. So each of you roll a strength.
I am.
Okay.
Should I roll strength?
Yes, please.
Only got an 11.
I got a 15.
You cannot get it out of her hands. She's holding it
Ugh.
strong, resolute in her strange paralysis. Like, she's not speaking. She's not acknowledging that you're there. Just holding this thing and just looking at it. Her eyes kind of like crossed. Same with Gel.
Time to cut the painting.
Oh,
Taking my sword, attacking the painting.
Okay, yeah, you don't even need to roll. You can cut through the painting and you tear through the fabric and you hear this howling cry and this like green sort of like fog emanates from the painting as you tear through it. The bone frame falls to the ground around your feet and Isolde's feet. Just breaks into pieces as if you didn't know what was holding it together even. The painting is torn asunder and the voices are no longer calling to Isolde. Isolde, you shake off the paralysis.
Team
standing
Blue!
in a pile of bones.
Team
Yeah.
Blue!
That
Likely-
was weird.
You likely do the same with Gel, cutting through, and same thing, Gel. At the minute the painting is destroyed, you hear the screams. And both Isolde and Gel, you have like this sense of like loss because for some in that short period of time, you somehow connected with the individuals that were somehow part of that painting.
I really wanted to rip it out of his hand though first.
It didn't work, so you had to cut it.
That's all right.
I feel a little bit slower than normal.
So Ixnay on the paintings and let's just keep going.
If that's what you want. You seem to cut them well.
Yeah, but if we're all paralyzed by them, it's going to be a weird thing, all of us standing in the hallway.
Is that what happened? I don't know. It just feels
Yeah.
blah to me.
I had to wait a minute to see if you actually stopped.
Kind of looked normal for a second there.
Oh, that lasted a little bit longer than normal.
So let me ask a question. Are you going to try to destroy the mirrors and the paintings? Are you going to move on? What's your intent here?
As whom, I'm definitely trying to duplicate what I've done before with mirror to mirror destruction.
Okay.
Other than that, like seeing how they're having some problems, it's a little unnerving seeing them being like so influenced by the paintings. I'm afraid to touch them myself.
But you did
I've
grab a
already seen
mirror,
enough
right?
Crap.
You grabbed
Oh,
a
yeah.
mirror and you're putting them up, and so you're doing the mirror to mirror thing. The minute you do
Oh,
that, the mirrors shatter into 1,000 parts, falling to the ground. The bone frame that held them together shatters and falls at your feet too. All the bones seemingly held together by some sort of arcane power, perhaps.
That works. Yeah,
Yeah, that was very
You think-
good.
it's
I mean,
kind
I
of cool the
guess
way that happens.
we can grab the paintings as long as somebody's on standby to cut them up.
I will stand as far away as I can and still see a painting, and then I'm gonna firebolt it. Because I can do firebolt from 120 feet away. So I'm gonna see if I do like light one of these on fire from a distance, if it still has the same weird effects.
Sure. Yeah, you don't need to roll or anything. You use firebolt and it ignites, starts flaming on the wall, stone wall, so there's nothing to fuel an additional fire, but it starts to burn and it gives off this weird acrid smell, sort of like that red-green paint fumes that come off of it, and you just hear like this howling and crying and these just indecipherable words that come out of the painting momentarily, and then it goes silent.
I'll play my lute to make it sound a little more positive. Try to put a spin on it.
All right.
Maybe,
vibes going on.
like a little heavy metal, so it sounds like, with the
Yeah.
same vibe.
Yes.
Reinventing the growl, the metal growl.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if that works, then I'll just, it's a cantrip, so I'll just be like throwing up fireballs.
Okay, so
I'll
you're gonna.
join whom in the mirrors.
Okay, so you guys are smashing mirrors and you're burning these howling paintings. Every time you destroy one of these items, the bone frames fall to the ground in your feet, and you're making your way down. Tobias, I don't know if you're participating or just watching, but you can just see your companions have gone almost like, what's the word? Like they're in a frenzy of destruction, and they don't even really seem to notice themselves at first, but they're getting more and more aggressive. There's heavy metal music playing now from the bard, and the pile of bones is growing larger and larger at your feet. There are an endless amount, it would seem to you, Tobias, an endless number of mirrors and paintings down this weird physics-defying hallway that seems to twist and turn as your friends are just smashing mirrors and burning these things.
During this time, I probably would have been like farther up a little ways, just with it might be good to keep a lookout, even though I don't need to be super stealthy because they're making a lot of noise. But after a little while, the realization on the destruction left behind, I would probably want to head back to them a little bit to see if I can't rein in their chaos. That's just this. Hold, whoa.
Roll a persuasion check and then go ahead and finish what you're going to say. The rest of you don't hear it. You guys don't hear this at first.
Ah, okay.
That's a 7.
Yeah, you call out to them, and they it's like they don't even acknowledge you're there. One thing that you also noticed, Tobias, as you kind of turn around because you went ahead, right? And then you kind of turned around and came back. There is no room anymore. The hallway continues in the other direction, as if it's the same hallway. The bones are piling higher and higher in this room as your friends are now kind of scrambling over this pile, this almost like, I don't know, like a mountain almost pile of bones as it gets bigger and bigger. You could try again to persuade them, or maybe you could intervene physically or something.
Yes.
The rest of you are having a great time, just smashing and playing music.
Yeah, it's like a mosh pit.
I think I'll go for the music to start. Because that should be easy enough to.
We'll see.
Well, yeah, to either attempt to pull the loot away, or at least maybe hands over part of the strings to like stop the playing, and hopefully that's enough of a break to catch them.
Okay. So, Kyanite, you're playing on your lute, this tune. You're loving it. It's like this is the perfect soundtrack to destruction. And you're plucking those strings as hard as you can, right? You've got could we say an appetite for destruction at this point?
Or a symphony.
Yep. So many things. But your companion Tobias comes up and sort of reaches out towards your lute and for a moment covers the strings, and you get this discordant chord that you strum.
Do you not see? That's we have to stop. What is going on?
No, we were just having a good time. Guess it got a little too much. I mean, I don't fight him, do I?
You tell me.
I'd prefer not to.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine you would. This is one of your trusted companions. So at first,
Yes.
you're probably a little like kind of like you are, shocked, maybe a little frustrated or irritated. But you look around at your feet and you can see now this massive pile of bones. Unnaturally massive.
Guess I will try to help stop the rest of the party from the wanton destruction.
Maybe go get the ones with the mirrors.
Yes.
So go to Gel and whom stop them from
Stop the violence, guys. Peace and love.
Whom is just going to town on these things. He's not even waiting to like line them up, just trying to smash them off the wall and everything.
Fireball,
Ah.
fireball, fireball. I mean, it's bolt, not ball, but yeah.
So
Hey, he's
fun.
relatively short. I mean, you could probably put him in like like a half Nelson thing going on to stop
I
him.
will. I was part of the circus. I know how this works.
Oh no.
and I'll probably just interpose myself in front of Gel to try to get him to stop.
Whom has been so into whatever he's doing that like in the shock of whatever you're doing, he's like trying to resist, trying to yank out of it. So if you like put him in the headlock and lift him up, his feet are swinging and everything.
Yeah, I lift you up.
In the moment that you are stopped from the destruction, whom you take note, almost as if a fog has been lifted from your eyes, and you look around and you can see that not only is this pile unnaturally huge, almost filling up the hallway, it is now starting to shift beneath your feet.
Kyanite, what the heck just happened?
Bad stuff's happening, I think. Feels like evil magic.
Ooh. Man, somebody ought to clean up. Oh, wait a minute. Did we just get... Why is it shifting?
Gel, Tobias is in front of you, like trying to stop you. What happens when he does that?
You need to move. I need to break this.
I'll try to mimic his cadence. You need to look around and pause to see if it can't break in.
I don't understand. What? And I'll just be moving to another mirror to just...
It's not what you think. There's illusions, danger.
Gel, do you keep smashing? Or do you continue to smash, or do you pause momentarily, or do you just continue?
I pause, with him matching cadence.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't. And so I just take a moment and start to actually look, like he had said.
You look and you see this massive pile of bones. You listen and you hear and feel the shift of the ground beneath your feet. You look down and it starts to move. The four of you look over and you see Isol just... And at that moment, I need everybody to roll initiative as the bone pile begins to take form, rising up above you. And we have ourselves a little bit of a fight. Right, give me a second here. I have a token for this as we jump over to the map. I thought this might happen. I wasn't sure, but I
Oh
kind
Lord, what is that? Oh Lord, what is that?
it's a bone swarm that has risen up from the hall that you have filled with bones. And let's get some. All right, so 25 to 20. Oh shit.
21.
I got
22.
21 as well.
Okay, who has the higher dex?
I got 22 for my roll.
Okay, 22 for Gel. Isol and Kyanite. What are your dex scores?
13.
12.
Okay, so Isol, Kyanite, 15 to 20.
18.
Okay.
15 for Tobias.
Hey, there you go. All right. All right, my friends. Check out this awesome image of this massive swarm of bones that rises up to attack you. I did roll the highest in the initiative order. So the bones are swirling almost like in a tornado-like formation. And they are going to attack. Oh, yeah, you guys, it can attack all of you. This is crazy. There we go.
Owie.
All right, so the first attack is going to be at whom?
Whom?
So which one is it?
Does a 28 hit?
I'm
I need more
pretty
dice.
certain that's a 100%.
Hold on, I need to get more
100%.
dice.
I don't know. I might backflip out of this one.
Yep, that's probably good. All right, here we go. Ooh, I rolled really bad. That's only 14 bludgeoning damage as you get smashed with bones that swirl around and beat you across the face. Let's go to Gel. 14's not going to hit you. This one is a 20 against Tithalanos.
I'll do with this big thing, I want to do a warding flame.
Okay.
I think is what it's called. Yeah, warding flare. It essentially has disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Okay. So
Oh, as long as it can be blinded. I don't know if it can be blinded though.
It cannot be.
All right,
so,
then
yeah.
wasted.
Yep.
So 20 hits.
20 hits. Okay. That's gonna be. Oh god. That's 18 slashing damage.
Love it.
Kyanite, 14 is not gonna hit you.
It is not.
And Isol, 20.
That hits.
Gal, you do have your
So-
production. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is ESO within 5 feet? Can I use protection on that?
Absolutely. Is that disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to be 22 or so it'll be 20 still.
Let's try.
16 piercing damage as you get pierced with bone fragments that fly around and hit you. It is Gel's turn. This thing is
Wait,
brutal.
wait,
Use
hold
my
on.
reaction to uncanny dodge.
Oh man. I will. Oh, is that? Can I? That's only 5. You said it was 20. Was
Yeah,
what they
20
hit me at?
20 to hit, yeah.
No. So my armor class is only 15. So if I add 5, that's still only 20 and meets.
If it meets, it beats.
It wouldn't. Okay, so never mind. No good.
All right, that brings us to Gel.
Owie, these bones.
I will use my battle axe, I guess, and swing at it a couple times. So first one, the natural 1.
That is going to miss Gel.
Second one's a dirty 20.
That one will hit. It's hard to hit because these are bones that are kind of like swirling around, and like your weapons just kind of like swing between the bones on the first one. But the second one you connect.
Okay, and that is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Now, is this standard battle axe or is this magical battle axe?
Standard battle axe.
Okay. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would expect. It does some damage, but not as much as you'd hope. That brings us to Isol.
All right. I am going to I'm just gonna firebolt this bunch of junk. 19. Does that hit?
A 19 hits.
All right. For 14 fire damage.
Okay. Some of the bones like burn and into a sort of a dark sheen on them and drop to the ground around you.
Okay. That's all I got.
All right,
I will try
Kyanite.
to actually move off. Well, if I move out of its thing, then I'll get an attack of opportunity, won't I? All right, I'll just stay.
Okay, Kyanite.
Time to swing some long swords at it. And they're regular long swords.
Okay. It's a good thing you have two of them.
It's a good thing I have two of them. Well, that's a 1 on the die. Now, I never used my advantage from last week. I'm going to use it.
Okay. Do it. Do it.
That is a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. So that's going to do 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And with my bonus action, I'll attack with my other hand, with the other long sword.
All right.
And that is a 17 to hit.
Just hits.
Yes.
Nice.
For 9 points of slashing damage.
9 points. Okay.
And can we move, like, around, like, not out of its attack range, but just, I don't know.
You can. It's like basically it would be difficult terrain that you're in, so
Okay.
you could
Never
do half
mind.
your movement.
Never mind.
Okay. Whom?
Okay. With being flailed, being pelted with all this stuff coming at him, and he's doing his best to dodge and duck and dive. I'm gonna use the bonus action to disengage and try to see if I can move through the swarm past and if I can even get out of it. I don't know how
Okay.
big this swarm is.
It is. It's very big, but you can try.
Okay. It's I can try to move. I'm giving a general direction where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go through it so that maybe forcing it to decide. And then I want to take a very concerted effort to look somewhere within that bone swarm, what could be the most valuable part of itself that I can go and I can try to strike at.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a perception check.
Okay.
And you're using your bonus action dodge as a rogue to sort of disengage, excuse me, to get out of it. Yep. So you can probably get without outside of its reach for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I got a 13 on perception.
You get the sense that it's just this chaotic amalgamation of bones. Again, all of these bones that came off of these paintings and these mirrors, but then there's way more than could have ever been found in this hallway. But you don't get a sense that there's a core. It's just a chaotic, swirling mass of bone.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else from you? You use your bonus action? You want to...
Okay. I was assuming it was going to take a regular action to do the perceptions. I was trying to dial in.
It's just kind of a quick look.
Movement.
It was just a quick look. If you want to do an investigation to look closer, that would take a full action.
Well, since I've already done the attempt on perception, I would say that's going to be his cursory attempt at trying to figure it out. If he's still got enough in him, I'm probably out of reach in terms of trying to attack with a melee. So I suppose I could try to pop maybe an arrow high into the swarm, not where in a way that I would be shooting at my friends, because this is a very hair-raising situation. So he knocks an arrow, and for a second, oh shit, that's a bad idea, and then just aims right up, and who knows, that might actually mess with his ability to strike. That's a total of 23 to hit.
That will hit.
And that is 4 from the short bow. Does this thing count as being engaged in melee for purposes of sneak attack?
Of course. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
It's like the weirdest interaction with sneak attack.
Yeah, it really
We're
is.
attacking the floor, and
It's basically like all surrounding your friends.
6. And 6 points from the sneak attack damage.
So a total of 10?
Yeah, total of 10.
Okay.
Normal damage.
Got it.
Piercing.
All right, that brings us to Tobias.
I'm actually, I think I'm going to burn. Well, if I do a ranged attack in this, is it going to be a disadvantage?
Mhm.
All right. In that case, and this is large enough that God, I don't even know if I could do that. I think I will, in a panic, I'm going to cast the Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
Try to keep it a bit away from everybody, but still need it to summon this 5-foot ball of burning light to try to ram into the side of it to burn it away.
Okay.
You have to make a dexterity savings throw.
I will do my bestest. Dex save. 23.
That's a success. So it's only going to take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay. But that is magical damage.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, you're slowly whittling this thing down a bit as the flames that you and Isol have ignited it with have burned parts of the bone and they drop to the ground. But it's still looming over you, under you, in your space with you. It's terrifying. Anything else from Tobias?
I'll actually also do a bonus action for a second wind to just do some healing quick.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the order. This is going to Whom, as you're moving past it and getting outside of its range, you can see that almost like in a coordinated effort, all these different bones form this like arm that reaches out and tries to grab you, but misses you as you move past it. And then it is going to go ahead and attack your friends, starting with Gel. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Yeah. But that's only going to be 12 bludgeoning damage. Tobias, 21 to hit.
That hits.
16 piercing damage.
Jeez. All right.
Jesus. Kyanite
I'll do protection style.
for disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Okay, so I rolled a 28 on the first one and a 13, so it helped. It worked. So it misses your friend. And then last but not least, Isol, 15 doesn't hit you, right?
I'll also.
It doesn't if I cast a reaction spell.
You probably should.
Shield.
Yeah.
So shield goes up.
Shield! You are able to fend off the attack as it starts. You can see it coming. You're just like, and it ripples off your magical protection spell. That brings us to Gel.
Actually, if it still hasn't moved anywhere, it's going to take some more fire damage.
Okay. And that happens what, at the end of its turn?
At the end of its turn, yep.
Okay. Give me the lowdown. How much does it take?
It's another dexterity saving throw, being a 13.
I rolled a natural 1. So that's a total of 9.
So take 10 points of damage, fire damage.
All right. Nicely done. Fire seems to be working. Gel.
I'll ready my battle axe again to take another swing and just call out, it doesn't seem like my weapons do much good, but perhaps we just need to think about the library. And I'll take my 2 swings.
Okay.
And I'll be looking, not taking too much attention off of my actual action that I'm doing, but when we're in the other hallway, the room appeared when we stopped trying to get down the hallway. So I'm just thinking or looking for maybe where the door of the library might be.
Okay. Roll a perception check as well as your attacks.
Okay, so perception is 12.
Okay.
And then my first attack, a 14.
Doesn't seem to connect.
Second attack is dirty 20.
That one definitely connects. Hi, Catrick.
And that's for 4 points of
Jeez,
non-magical.
Look out. How many? 14?
Four non-magical. 4.
4, okay. All right, yeah, Gal, it's frustrating for you because you're used to your battle axe doing massive amounts of damage, and it's not working. With that perception check, you look down the hall and you can see now that there are a set of doors, maybe 100, 150 feet down the hall.
In that last swing, I'll just call that out. Look down the hall and see the doors.
All right, that brings us to Isol.
Oh man. Are we running? Is that what we're doing? Or do we feel like we could keep fighting? Okay, nobody is thinking about running yet. Okay.
Remember, you're the smart one.
Whatever you think we should do.
I don't know how to deal with this. There's just golems everywhere. I don't think we should really deal with this. We might need to run. I would agree with that. As much as I can give out before.
Cast mirror image on myself. And suddenly you see 3 duplicates of Isol, and I will use one of my sorcery points to lengthen the time by or double the time.
Okay.
So instead of 1 minute, it's 2 minutes.
Okay. Mirror image?
And yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Bonus action? That's an action to
bonus
cast?
action is the lengthen the sorcery point.
Okay, got it. And then do you want to move? You're just going to stay put? Are you going to run?
I will move towards the edge of this bone pile, closer to the door, but not leaving the threatened square.
Okay. I would say for the sake of your movement, you could probably move you'd only be able to move half your distance because it's difficult terrain, but you could get to the edge in half your movement, so that would work just fine. Kyanite.
All right. I'm going to try a mobile flourish as I start swinging my swords around, do a little cartwheel as part of my performance,
Nice.
and make 2 attacks. And if I hit on one of them, see if I can push this creature.
Okay.
So the first attack is going to be a crap, a miss. The second attack is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
So that is going to do 7 points of slashing in addition, and another 7 points from my bardic inspiration.
Okay, so 14
And then-
total.
So that's, so what was that? 14 total?
14 total, yep.
And then he is actually going to be pushed 12 feet. in the opposite direction as where Isolde just went. Which
Yeah,
would be
there's nothing here that says that it can't be pushed. So yeah, that works. You are able to push it kind of down this way.
Generated a tornado out of it.
It does push it past Isol, so Isol is no longer in the swarm.
and it does allow me to use my reaction to move up to my walking speed to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the target. So I will be at the edge of it, but just a little like that.
Okay. So you're still sort of within the edge of the swarm.
Yeah, I have to be. But I have at least moved a little farther away to the exit.
Okay, that sounds good. Nicely done. Whom?
Okay, so, yeah, all that exchange happening. Yell pointing out the doorway down the hall, and that gives Whom the moment to reflex and look behind him down the hallway where he had pointed out. He looks back and just yells out, "I think this is our cue, because this, I don't know. I don't." Just looks it to the doorway down the hall.
Okay, you start
Full
running,
speed.
and you're running atop a path of bones. The bones themselves, like, have filled the corridor all the way up to the doors. So you're gonna spend your movement and your action to dash and get double movement as you're closing the distance.
And my bonus for another dash. So we're triple dash. We're doing triple here.
So you can go. What is that? Is that 75 feet total? So you get really close. You'll be within arrival at the door on your next turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sweet. All right.
Leave like a little cloud of dust behind him as he takes off.
Yup. Tobias.
Oh, running is scary. I think Tobias will do his disengage for his action. And just try to escape. I'm assuming since I'm near the edge, I should be able to get at least to the other side of Kyanite. Can I kind of get... I just want to get to the other side with like my movement. So I'm kind of nearby both of them. It's a little dangerous still, but I do feel like I need to stay close with my protection style.
And you're using your action to disengage?
Yep, action disengage.
Okay.
And then I'll actually, for my bonus action, will cause the flaming sphere to kind of shift a bit to where I was, and kind of, again, more just burning and scraping into some bones.
Okay. So how many feet away from the edge would you say you are?
So they just got pushed outside of it.
And it was difficult terrain getting through it, so maybe you're like, are you within 10 feet or?
I should be within 5 feet of the other two, so I'm probably about 10
feet.
Yeah, 10, 15 feet from it, something like that, yeah.
Okay.
And then, so then it should be another bonus, dexterity saving throw.
Got it. At the end of its turn, right?
No, this one's during my turn.
During your turn, got it. All right, so dex save.
Yeah, bonus action, I can do this.
It's only a 12. I think that fails.
That does fail for another
All right.
10 points of damage.
Nice. Fire seems to be the
Respect.
trick here.
And that is it for my turn.
Okay. That brings us to the Bone Swarm. It is going to make a Death's Embrace attack against Gel, who is the only person that's fully within the swarm.
Oh no.
Oh, Gel. Gel. 20?
20 hit.
Ooh. All right, so
Yeah.
you are grappled. You can try to escape the grapple on your next turn. You are completely enveloped by the bones. And this is the most terrifying part of this whole thing, is that the swarm can actually drag you away. That's pretty crazy. So it is going to, you guys watch as your friend Gel kind of disappears as this thing envelops him. The rest of you sort of like running out. Gel still hammering it. He had called out the door and is fighting it off. Suddenly he's obscured, and both he and the bone swarm start to move away. You could take attacks of opportunity if you would like. It gets about 10 feet away. Isol and Kyanite would be able to get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, I absolutely will smack it with the quarterstaff I've been running around with this whole time and doing nothing with.
Just twirling it.
I'll just use it as a walking stick. 12.
12 does not hit.
Natural 20.
Yeah, that hits. Nicely done.
Yes. 14 points of damage.
All right, very cool. And that's with your greatsword?
Longsword.
Longsword. All right, so that's going to be... This thing, it's hard to tell if anything has changed in terms of like its health status or like its hit points or anything like that. It looks to be extremely robust still, and your friend is now obscured and disappeared. Hey, thanks for the resub, Blue Box RPG. 18 months? Thank you so much. We appreciate you and what you do over there in the Greyhawk world. All right. That brings us to...
At the end of its turn, is it still within 5 feet of the burning sphere? Or do you think it would have shifted far enough away?
I would say it's still, there's still a burning sphere in there. Yeah, 100%.
Right. Another dexterity saving throw then.
That's only a 10. I think that's going to fail.
That's another fail for 7 more points of fire damage.
All right. A lot of burned bones.
Yeah, give it indigestion.
All right, Gel, it's your turn. You can attempt to escape the Death's Embrace. So you would roll to get out of a grapple. You could either roll athletics or acrobatics versus my strength for this creature. Let's see, which is pretty good.
We'll go ahead and roll athletics.
Okay.
Big money, big money.
So you remember at the beginning, Dave, you said I was rolling high.
Did I jinx you?
No, it's just
No.
history.
Do you have
It's just
does he have
history.
advantages? Does Gel have any advantages? None?
I do not. No.
Oh shit! This is where you need those.
That gives me a 15. Oh wait. I mean, that gives me a 7 plus 8. It's 15. I was just doing what a Minnesota Muse does.
All right. Well, it is enough to break free. So you have to make a decision now, because I rolled a 9.
Oh,
So
wow.
you're able to break free from this death's grasp, and in doing so, you have to make a decision now with your movement. Do you tortoise run, or do you stay, or do you withdraw into your shell and hope to live another day?
Heck no. I see that the others are around and able to protect. The others have protection, and whom is way far away. So I am gonna move as far and fast as I can.
Okay. It is going to take an attack of opportunity at you as you race away with its swirling
Go
bones.
ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go.
Ninja
19 to hit.
The turtle.
Uh-huh.
Ninja Turtles.
19 to my AC.
So it hits.
Yeah.
That is going to be 12 bludgeoning damage as you withdraw from the grasp of the embrace and race out of it. It takes one last bludgeoning swing at you, hitting your shell and maybe the side of you, kind of bouncing you as you escape.
Oof.
You were probably at the edge, so I'm guessing you probably have another like 10 feet of movement. If you want to move you probably get over to like where Isol is at this point. Far enough away where it's like not within a melee range of you at where it's currently located. That is your turn. Unless you have a bonus action that you'd like to use.
Not just yet.
Okay, Isol.
I'm going to cast a firebolt at it.
Okay.
For 18.
18 hits.
And 8 fire damage, and
Okay.
I will move my movement towards the door. And that is it.
Okay. Kyanite. You watch Gel escape from the swarm. Your friend's starting to now run down the hall towards the door. What would you like to do?
I will bonus action give Gel inspiration. So that's a D8 on any roll, any D20 roll in the next 10 minutes. And you said Isolde ran towards the door. I'm
Yep.
also going to run towards the door, and when I get to her, I'm going to use my action to cast Cure Wounds.
Little cure wounds high five in a way.
Yes, Team Blue.
Yay!
It's like knights and bikes, right, Travis? High five!
Mm-hmm.
For 12 points of
Perfect
healing.
Wow, awesome.
Level 2.
I'll take it.
Very nice.
So yes, I'm farther along with Isolde, wherever we're.
Yep. Running away. Whom you are... if you want to close the distance, you can get to the door.
Absolutely.
Roll a survival check
Is-
for me, please.
Oh boy, survival check.
Brave Sir Robin bravely ran away.
The door's a mimic.
No.
No, you get to the door and you start pulling on the door, and it's not opening. You look back, your friends are running towards you.
I see.
It
He
opens the other
turns
way.
over. Somebody help me out with the door. I can't get it open. So he's yanking on the door. He almost panicked.
What do you want to use your action for as you get to the door? Because you can interact with the door as a free action, right? But you can use your action if you want to do something else.
Is it locked?
Yeah, I would. The door handle, the door knob itself. Well, I don't. I'm assuming a lot about this door. I'm assuming it has a doorknob. And does that turn?
It doesn't have a knob. It just has like a pull on it, like a I don't know what you call that, but it's got a pull. No knob.
Is it
No
like-
lock. No lock hole either.
Ooh. Okay. Well, he starts pulling on it, and then he's just like, "All right, fine." And then he tries to shoulder check it. I'm gonna use my action to just literally try to like use my bodily force to push it open. If it's not,
Yeah.
if I can't pull
all your dwarven fortitude, you step back a little bit, and then it doesn't budge. Just ah!
I was supposed to hit it with my foot. That was bad. Should have fireman training.
Anything on a bonus action? Otherwise, we'll go to Tobias.
I suppose I could bonus action dash side to side, trying to like look around this door, trying to figure this out. You see me just absolutely frantic because that's our only way.
You guys
Like,
are
it's
racing
work,
down
it's
the
like a
corridor, and
400
you see your dwarven friend just kind of doing this little hopping back and forth. Tobias, all of you are now clear of the swarm, and it seems to me racing towards the door. You could probably if you used your action, you could get there this round.
I would actually like to, since Gel is at the back and I don't know how fast this thing moves, I want to pull him along. I want to, use my action to give him additional space and get us a little farther away. Not as far as I could have gotten, but a little farther.
Okay.
And we'll direct the flaming sphere more towards me and then kind of go to strike at it again, but I want it to kind of be, a bit of an interpose. So more on the front edge of it. So it'll be another dexterity saving throw.
I'm sorry, you're attacking with what?
The flaming sphere again. Yep.
Got it. Okay. 24.
That saves, so it only takes 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And yeah, so my action was just to help Gail and I kind of get a little ways away.
That sounds good. And you watch now as we get to the top of the order that this swarm begins to follow you down the hallway, but it is rather slow moving. It does not catch up with you yet as you're all racing down the hall. Gel, on your turn, if you wanted to use your action, as I had mentioned to Tobias, to action, action dash, you could do that, and you would make it to the door. But that would use your action and your movement.
I'm not gonna go. I'll do the same thing Tobias did. I'm not gonna go any faster than the back of the group.
Okay.
So I have regular movement of 30 feet. So I'm just gonna stick. That way I can be there providing any kind of protection in the back. But I am gonna shout out that perhaps like imagining where we need to go. Maybe that's how the door works too. Fight the door, stays locked, or imagine it opens and it opens. So just kind of yell that out.
Visualization. I love Gel.
Yep.
So positive. So
Gotta
positive.
have hope.
For the sake of time and narrative and everything, you guys can outpace this thing. You all race towards the door this round, we'll say. You get to the door. Your dwarven friend Whom is trying to open the door. It's not working. What do you do when you get there? Meanwhile, this massive swarm of bones is creeping slowly down the hall towards you.
I'm gonna keep hitting the bone swarm with my firebolt because I've got quite a distance on it. So even if I'm next to the door, I can keep attacking.
All right, roll an attack. And what is everybody else doing?
We're following up with what I was saying about the door and
protecting.
Well,
and
protecting
positive
when
thinking.
needed, but positive thinking. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
16.
That misses.
Okay.
As I'm running down the hallway, I yell, "Knock, knock!"
Who's there?
Been a haircut.
Dragon.
It's
Dragon who?
Dragging my ass through this door, and I cast knock.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. It opens. The door
love it.
opens, and you look inside, and you see yourselves peering into this large, wet, vine-covered, exposed library that has water dripping down from the ceiling, these giant vines raveling themselves upward to the upper levels of the bookcases. And this is going to be a great time for us to take a break. So we'll take a 5-minute break as you have escaped from this bone swarm that you all created. And you now find yourselves embarking into the next room of this strange place, the Castle of Mirrors. You're headed to the library, folks. What could possibly go wrong in the library? Big shout out to everybody who's hanging out with us in the chat. We really appreciate the raids and the resubs and just the follows and the chitter chatter of our chat buddies. So thank you all for being here and supporting us. We'll be back in 5 minutes to see what happens in the library. Stick around. We'll see you in a bit. Hello, my friends. We're back from our break. We have entered the library. We have spent some time demolishing paintings and demolishing mirrors and building up a monster that could have never been. But boy, did I enjoy that bone swarm. I'm glad that we got the opportunity
asked for it.
to check that out. A little bit. I wasn't going to say anything, but that's all good. All right, my friends. We are now finding ourselves as these ancient doors swing open from Kyanite's knock spell. Well played, by the way. It reveals, as I mentioned, this cavernous cache of tomes, rows and rows around you, this large room, and going up higher and higher. The arched ceiling is decorated in ornate wood, carved moldings, and the shelves appear, as I mentioned, to be overtaken by vines, moss, rubble strewn across the floor of this old place. It is as if the elements and the hillside upon which this castle is built has tried to retake this particular section of the castle. There is water that's cascading down some of the bookshelves to splash in a pool at the floor. And there are, as I mentioned, these large vines that twist upward and around and into the books themselves. As you enter this space, my friends, what would you like to do?
Tobias actually is going to be a little commanding of how frivolous and wild everyone had been, and will actually, if it seems like the door is going to hold from the bone swarm, will attempt to do, instead of a prayer of healing, I want to do like a sermon of healing. About how you don't walk into the darkness without a light, you gotta be more cautious and all this other stuff after the whatever they all pulled.
Is this an intervention?
A little bit.
Thanks, Dad.
Sorry.
If that's okay, it is a 10-minute spell. I don't know if
Oh,
it's
10
doable.
minutes.
10 minutes of a sermon.
Just for the hell of it, roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Oh yeah, that's a 23.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are getting scolded big time by Tobias, and you all know. Really quick, you look back and you can see the door still open at the beginning of the sermon. Behind him, you can see this mass of bones kind of lumbering down the door as he gets into this diatribe of like scathing, shameful sermon getting. And you guys race up and like close the door, I'm assuming, as you try to shut out whatever was behind it. There are debris and things you could jam into it. So while this 10-minute sermon is happening, you are able to barricade the door as you start to kind of calm down from the attack. 10 minutes is a long time.
It is quite some time, but everyone would get 10 points of healing.
There we go.
So you might feel bad, but you also feel a little better.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Kyanite, do you think Tobias is mad at us?
Maybe a little. But we were rocking, so.
Oh, I was feeling it. I got a little carried away.
I don't know. I don't think it's really our fault. I think it was some magical effect that was making us not able to pay attention to what was happening.
That's when hope goes unchecked.
Hope can kill, man.
Oh,
My
unbridled
character's
hope.
intelligence and wisdom aren't very high, so that's about the best I got.
So the 10-minute scolding ends. You all get a sense of healing presence of his holy energy. What do you do now? You look around and you see, as I describe, this sort of like ruins of a library.
So we had part of a map, right, that was drawn, and then we had information from the ghost about a secret room in here to a tower.
Yeah, and he's not the first person who said that there was a secret passage. We heard that in the town too. So somewhere around here is a very important thing. And they said that maybe there was important information in the books somewhere. I'm gonna start rifling through books.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me. What are other people doing?
Yeah, the structure of the building, you explain how the plants are here and it looks, so is it broken? Is the ceiling open? Or is there
Roll
just
a
plants?
perception check.
Now, as you're looking at that, while he's doing his sermon, you might as well use your inspiration because it's going to wear out. So add the D8 to that.
Good call.
I got a 10 on my investigation of the books.
Okay. Roll a d8 for me, please, Isol. And
That
what did
was,
you roll, Gal?
I got
That
a
was
20,
Gel that I gave it.
22
Yeah.
with the inspiration.
22? Okay. Yeah, you look up, Gel, and inspired to search for the stars, it would seem, with your positive thinking and a little bit of bardic inspiration. You do see that there is a domed ceiling that is cracked. So it leads you to believe that perhaps this library is a room that's on the sort of the perimeter of the castle and not an interior room, because there is water kind of pouring in from a crack. There are, and as I mentioned, there are big vines, like thick vines that have been growing for hundreds of years, perhaps, that have blasted through some of the flagstone on the floor, busting the tiles and wrapping themselves up around the spires and the pillars that hold this thing together. Isol, the first book that you pull off of the shelf is titled An Arcane History of Astral Projection.
Ooh. All right. And I'll just put that in my bag.
Yeah, I mean, you spend some time like looking through it. You know, you said you're kind of like
sure.
examining the books, and you're like, you know, astral projection this, and so I mean, that's what you have so far with that book. You can tuck it away if you like. There are many other books in here. Tobias and Whom and Kyanite, what are you doing while this is happening?
I would say Whom. Given that he had collaborated with Isolde in terms of like figuring out the map and maybe try to like draw a little bit of inspiration from that and try to look for this supposed secret passage that would be in the library. So you'd be like thinking about like all the cliche ways to get a secret passage to open. He's like messing with some of the books and maybe fiddling with some of the molding and checking crevices and pushing on sconces, just all the all the things that he was just thinking like, oh yeah, I've done, that's worked before.
Turn the bust.
All those good Scooby-Doo tricks. Go ahead and make a roll. You can either roll an investigation or a survival.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with survival.
Kyanite, Tobias, while this is happening, what?
I'm looking for picture books. Those are my favorite.
Okay. Roll an investigation.
Sure.
Tobias is assuming secret passage means should be up against the wall. I want to find a bookcase up against the wall and rip down all the books. I don't care what's in them. I'm just like, secret passage, something's in it.
You guys should not be so vandalicious. I'm going to go tear these books down.
The one that's attached is the lever.
All right. So, Kyanite, what'd you roll?
A 2.
Yeah, you're walking over the rubbled floor. It looks like maybe some of the ceiling has fallen and cracked and crashed on the floor here, and you find yourself at the scriptorum. There's like this bench that has this large book that's open on it, and it looks as though the pages are weather worn and moth eaten, soaked wet. They're all stuck together, but they do have a picture. There is a picture of a dragon that it is open to. A black dragon. The ink has been what's the word I'm looking for? Because of the water, it's sort of like seeped into the page and it's all blurry, so you can't really read any of the writing, but you can definitely see the outline of a dragon. It spans both pages.
I ripped that page right out.
Oh yeah, it comes out like you could rip out a bunch of pages at one time. Like they're just wet and fragile.
Yeah, I put them in my pack. I like them. I like pictures.
Later, we make a collage for our trip. Yeah.
It's gonna be my background when my foot's on the corpse after we win.
Oh yeah. Well, scrapbooking.
Make your own confetti.
Sure.
It's more like paper mache at this point. It's like that texture when you're like making the paper mache, and it's like wet. That's kind of what it feels texture.
Like. I take another page out of the book and I chew on it a little bit.
Now you have a spitball. This is only going to lead to more scolding, children. Now, Tobias, roll a. Investigation is a little generous, but roll an investigation as you tear these books off the shelf.
Don't worry, my investigation skill makes up for it with a -1. 11.
11. Okay. You start pulling the books off, and you find a scroll case hidden amongst the books.
I found something. It's not a lever, but I found a scroll case.
Just see Hume just like trying to like turn the head on a bus as he looks over. It's like, huh?
Isolde, care to take a glance, or shall I open it?
Well, I guess I walk over and I'll take it. Does it look? I mean, like what kind of scroll case does it look like?
It is this old scroll case that somehow remained dry. There is a cap on either end. The caps themselves are connected by a piece of string, almost like a silk string, and they have like these little filigreed wood. It's a wood case, but it's like these wood detailing that's just beautiful.
As I hand it over, Will kind of put a hand on her shoulder and was like, "Remember, care and caution." And I'm gonna cast guidance on Isolde as well.
Nice.
So you get a D4 on any abilities check.
Ability checks.
Okay.
Yep.
I go ahead and I pop one of the ends off.
Okay. You pop the end off and you pull the scroll out. There is a scroll inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'll dump it out into my hand.
Okay. You unravel it and take a look at it, and indeed you recognize this. You yourself are not skilled in this particular magic, but you have heard of it, and it is, in the parlance of D&D, on your spell list.
Oh.
So it is a scroll of Counterspell.
Ooh. Nice. So that's something I can cast?
I believe it's a 3rd level spell. Someone can check that for me, but I think it's 3rd level. So yeah, you can, if you have 3rd level spell slots, you can cast it. If you don't, you can still cast it, but you have to make a Arcana check, I believe, to cast it against the DC, which is 10 plus the scroll level. So it'd be a 13 if you don't have 3rd level spells.
I do have 3rd level spells. Does it take up a slot? Like I have to use up a slot to cast it? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
And you don't need any material components to cast it either. You just read the scroll, and then once you read it, it's done. It's a one and done type of thing.
Perfect. I will take that. Oh, yes.
You
I
also
can
pull
use
a,
this.
as you're pulling books. You were pulling books off the shelf. A couple other titles that you see as you're browsing the books. Tobias, you're more kind of throwing books, but Isol, you would have seen Spiders and Foreigners, riveting tale, Fruit of Fear, Life Beneath the River, Nocturnal Portals for 500, Arcane Crystals and Their Properties,
Oh, that's what I'm taking.
Herbalist Guide to the Cromsmore Plateau,
Boring.
and Hero of Rainbows, which is actually a picture book.
Oh, I'll chuck that one at Kyanite. Here you go, buddy.
Score!
Whom did you ever roll a investigation check for me? I can't remember.
I rolled a 5.
Oh
And
yeah.
all the love of cliches did not save him one bit in trying to
No.
find this location.
Yeah, you have yet to find the any sort of secret door. You are you're standing on the floor level right now. There are a spiral staircase that goes around the perimeter of the room. It's a circular room that leads upwards. There are stairs that are broken and missing in that spiral staircase, but you could use that perhaps to look at other locations. The scriptorum sits there. That's where Kyanite was tearing pages out of the whatever book was on the scriptorum. And then there is rainwater that seems to be just kind of cascading down, not like a waterfall per se, but just kind of like dripping down the sides. And there is a massive vine that also wraps around, sort of in tandem with the stairs.
Now,
Okay.
Tobias is just throwing books off the shelf. Is that what he's doing? After he gave us a lecture on going nuts about destroying things? I'm going to go help him. I'm going to go help him.
Whom just looks over that entire that entire amount of energy going on that bookshelf, and he's just like,
I wonder if we're going to make a book golem.
That's a great idea.
Oh, shit.
Hold
Oh
on.
my god. Yeah, I got the
Hold
DM
on. Let
ideas.
me stat this out. All right. Chat, stat out a book golem. Roll an investigation check for me, Kyanite.
$13.
Oh yeah. You're pulling the books off and throwing them in a pile, and you see a second scroll case.
This was the bookcase.
I pop it open.
There's a scroll inside. You take a look at the scroll, and I don't know. Actually, yes, this is, I believe, on the Bard spell list. It is a scroll of enhanceability. I don't recall what level that is, but you can look it up.
It's 2?
Second, maybe? Yeah.
I think it's 2. It's a guess.
So, Gel, you're looking up kind of at the ceiling, right, and taking note, and you can see where the spiraling staircase ends, and it's probably like what would be equivalent to 3 stories up, and on each level there is one of those tracks that goes around the perimeter with a ladder that sort of swivels and rolls across the tracks. There are just thousands of books. It's almost unnatural how many books are in this space. Doesn't seem feasible.
So, following the stairs going up, I just see books lining the walls.
Books and
Are there
vines and moss and water dripping off them.
Are there any windows at any point? That's why I was also looking up to see if the ceiling was broken. I want to see if I can see outside.
You can't see outside, but you can see that there is a massive crack through the ceiling structure. You're not sure if it goes outside or if it goes into some sort of a room above, but you can see it. It's probably, 40 feet up.
Well, do you think that perhaps we have to go up the stairs? It looks like you all have significantly removed books from the shelves down here.
Did we
I get it.
not have that map? Was there
I
any
don't-
notes on there to say where to look?
I'll take out the map and I'll take a look.
That's a great idea. Go ahead and roll a survival check for me with advantage.
Okay. $17.
On the map, as you sort of orient it, and you can use the scriptorum as a sort of an anchor point. You can use the stairwell, which is also the spiraling staircase, which is also indicated that where it originates on the ground floor. You can sort of use that, plus where it terminates to triangulate, and you can see that indeed there is on the third level what appears to be an indication on the map of a secret door. In fact, as you might see in a map that you might look at for a module, there's a little S that's written on the map.
Okay, guys, if we go up to the third floor, I think it's right about there.
Oh, awesome. Thanks. Actually, I'm glad you pointed that out now. And just does a little spin and starts to make his way up the stairs, and of course takes an immediate break as he gets to one of the broken parts. I'm sure he has to navigate that.
Yeah, you would need to jump across or like reach up and leap to the next stair. There are stairs that are missing in that spiral staircase as you go up, but you don't need to roll anything. You guys are able to make your way up to the location.
Way up. Is there either of you that can use magic? You seem to be finding plenty of scrolls.
Thanks,
Are you
Miko.
able to just make the walls shake and all the books fall out? If not, we can just go to the top. But I figured.
I don't know if prestidigitation would do that. It might take a long time.
It would.
I mean, I can make the sound
Oh my
of
gosh.
thunder.
Thank you for gifting those subs, Miko. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
I mean, I could maybe I could make one book fall off with thaumaturgy. Since I can shut a door or a window, I could probably knock a book off a shelf.
Probably. I just thought it was worth asking.
Are you going to do it?
Once?
I mean, I'll try. Like, yeah, I'll try to use thaumaturgy to knock a book off a shelf like a cat, just like smacking it.
Which level? What's the distance on it?
Oh.
The books go
Um,
up. On every level, there's books going up and up and up, like three to four stories.
Top shelf. Top shelf.
Sure, I'll go for, well,
What kind of liquor you want?
it's got to be
right?
within 30 feet of me. But if we're up the staircase, so are we on the second floor then? I'll try within 30 feet of me to knock a book off a shelf.
Okay. Roll a D100.
What could happen? $68.
68. Okay, you use thaumaturgy and one of the books kind of slides out, is shaken, and falls past you as you're on the stairs going up, lands in the bottom and splashes in a puddle. You look back up, another book. Another book. More books.
Uh-oh.
The books are now falling down. Everybody roll a dex saving throw. These books are falling down upon you. I told you reading kills.
Dirty 20.
You duck out of the way. You pull yourself up against the bookshelf as they fall past you, Isol.
Look out, guys! Books!
21.
The
Knowledge
same
hearts.
thing. You kind of turn your shell and they just kind of they sort of ricochet and reflect off your shell.
13.
You take one right in the kisser. You're looking up like, what? Ugh. Take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
22 for Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias, you quickly step out of the way as they all kind of start falling.
He told me to.
I thought he was going to say roll initiative.
Oh, we'll get to it. Don't worry. Whom, what'd you get?
I got a 24. I definitely got some good cover.
Yeah, you found some cover. Maybe underneath Gel, perhaps, or something. But yeah, you don't get one. But the books stop falling, and then you kind of breathe a sigh of relief, maybe expecting some sort of weird monster, and you continue back up. And what has happened is that with the books falling off the shelf like that, it has revealed that there is indeed a secret panel in the bookshelf, and you make your way up to it. There is a latch that turns. You can see it plainly the way it's built. It's obvious that you turn the latch, possibly to release whatever the locking mechanism is. You found a secret door, my friends. The question is, do you dare to enter?
Should we check for traps?
Give it plenty of space, at least.
Sure, I'll go ahead and I'll keep a close eye out for traps.
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Oh boy, I'm so good at those. There it is. Yep.
Go ahead, use my second wind while he's looking for traps.
Okay.
Got a 19. The -1.
A 19? Nicely done. Yeah, it is not trapped. You're very confident that it is not trapped.
I am glad to. I am happy to announce that there is no danger of entering this passageway, and I will see you on the other side. It just goes through.
Now, hold on. I did not say there's no danger. I said it's not trapped. But you do indeed turn the latch, and you pull it open, and you peer inside. You just went inside, actually. You just skedaddled right in, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I that was a moment of overconfidence at this point, where he's just like, oh, "Yeah, it's fine." Just steps through, and I didn't think this through.
Go into the darkness with light.
Big feels for Gel. Gel, you follow your friend?
No.
He's fine. See ya, buddy.
I listened to Tobias. He said, "Don't go into the darkness without the light. Don't destroy things."
Fair enough. There is no light in the room that your friend Whom has just walked into. Of course, Whom has dark vision, so that changes things a little bit.
I do not.
I'll go second after Whom because I also have dark vision.
Okay.
I'll cast the light on my on the butt end of my trident and go in shortly after Isolde.
Bias.
Okay. Kyanite?
Dancing lights. Going in.
Okay. You enter into this now illuminated chamber, and you, as your eyes sort of adjust to the harsh shadows that hide around the perimeter of this room, you can see plainly that it is littered with coffins. Bodies piled haphazardly in different locations about the room. At the center of the room, there is some sort of strange device. It gives off a faint and troubling droning sound, interrupted by a disturbing sound of splattering. Fluid on stone. You look about. There's also a desk in the corner of the room. There is a table made out of some sort of metal, maybe steel, maybe iron, you're not sure. There appears also to be a humanoid that has been, for lack of a better term, dissected, as if part of some sort of study. And there is, on the far end of the room, beyond all this, a closed closet. Tobias, give me a D4 roll, please.
That's fine.
That's a 2.
Okay. My friends, what do you do as you enter this room?
I come in, like, with all the confidence he has, he sees all this spooky stuff, and he's like, it tries to like duck a little bit, behind some cover, immediately in the room, just like trying to make himself as, I would say as invisible as possible.
Okay.
Came here. Think there was mention. I think of a wooden spike. Did we bring one? Did we only bring one?
Oh, we got stakes from the villagers.
Each
There
of
we
you
go.
has
Happy
one.
to provide.
Yep,
Okay.
each of you has one.
So I'll have that out because my battle axe is oh so awesome in this place. So I will have this wooden stake out, seeing all this stuff, and go over to not overly far, but just go over to the caskets, one of the caskets, and just look and slightly feel the edge to see if it's sealed, or if it feels like it's loose and it would open.
They are, in fact, lidless
Oh,
and occupied. You look inside and you can see plainly a desiccated body that has decomposed and dried to a husk. But in other parts of this room, for example, on the metal table, on the dissected humanoid creature, it appears more recent, more fresh. Gross word for
all
this,
of the
but
caskets with these dried bodies in them, or
roll an investigation check as you start to look at more of these things. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to investigate that device that is making humming and squelching noises.
Roll an investigation check as you approach this contraption.
I have never seen one of those before. It's an 8.
Okay. Gail, what did you roll?
12.
12? Okay. So each of the coffins is occupied. There are 7 coffins. They are all similar in the sense that they are occupied by a corpse of some kind. Some of them dried and old. Others of them more recent, in various states of dissection and decomposition. No rhyme or reason to it necessarily. Does appear as though there are some charts associated with each of them. Some notes, perhaps, that are nailed to the coffin inside. Each of them having a similar penmanship. Isol, you look at this contraption and it dominates the room. It has some sort of like a, almost if you think of like an accordion movement to it. And around the perimeter, there are 4 chairs that all face back to back around this thing, and they are occupied by humans. They are connected to this thing. It appears to be some sort of a, even though you've never seen one of these before, it appears to be like drawing the blood from them.
Guys, is this like a big giant juicer?
The whom comes out from behind the cover, like You see him just like kind of pop out from one of the coffins. What? What? Did a juicer?
Not so loud, I don't know. Like they said that one guy was sleeping.
Tobias
Somewhere.
and Kyanite, while this is happening, what are you doing?
I have a very small amount of medicinal training, but might want to like inspect that dissected one and kind of see what's going on, if something is definitely apparently missing or whatnot, or even what it is.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. What about you, Kyanite?
This is all super creepy. I'm kicking one of the chairs over with the guy in it.
Yeah. Easy enough to do. No roll needed. You kick it over. The body flops down on the floor. No movement, no response. It disconnects from the tubes or whatever that are connecting it to this device. And it just kind of falls to the ground and the blood kind of spills out on the ground. Tobias, what'd you roll?
13.
13. Okay, you can tell right away as you look at it that the heart is missing from this particular specimen.
Is there much else missing, or is it mainly just the heart?
That's the only thing that you pick up on. It's pretty obvious because the chest is like opened.
Guys, the heart is missing.
As you say that, you hear footsteps. Loud footsteps coming.
Hide.
I duck
I
back
duck
into my cover.
behind something.
Okay.
Probably behind one of the coffins.
Okay.
Right, I'll try to hide.
Whoever's hiding, roll a stealth check.
Oh, shoot. It's a
21.
natural 1 for a 4.
Oh, no! You
Do
guys.
you like that kid hiding behind a
I
stick?
got disadvantage. Yeah, I tried to hide underneath the table, but it's like a 4-legged, so you can easily see me under it. Turn out the light.
I hide on top of Tobias. Because I also got a 1.
He's under the
two of
table
you
and you're
together.
on the table. That's
Both
pretty
of
awesome.
us just legs out of the table.
Oh my
This is
god.
my hiding spot.
This is some Scooby-Doo shit right here.
Oh, thank you for the levity, you guys, because this is dark. You guys have found yourselves in what's called the embalming chamber of Castle Vargg. Not a great place to be located. All right, did anybody roll above a 10 for their...
Got a 12.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whom?
I got a 21.
Okay, yeah. So Whom, you found a
Oh,
great
Richie.
spot. You're hidden. Gil, somehow you find a spot maybe behind the desk, or behind the device or something. But as you're all bracing yourselves, do you put the lights out?
Yes.
Kyanite, do you put out your dancing lights? Or
I'll put 3 of them out and sort of have the other one closer. If it's dark in here, I can't see anything. Is it? I mean, it's dark in here, right?
Yeah, it would be pitch black. Pitch black. Like you wouldn't be able to see anything without light.
I mean, that sounds like the worst possible thing ever to be attacked in this horror place in the dark. No, I'm keeping one away from me, but I need to see.
Okay.
Right.
So here's what happens, you guys. You hear these footsteps and you hear this whistling. Just this kind of creepy whistling noise as the footfalls get closer and closer. And then you hear the door. So those of you who have dark vision see this massive humanoid individual walk into the room, having to duck below the door to get in. Kind kind of grunts and
Big
takes
boy.
stock of the room. You can see that he's shirtless, but wearing a smock, like an apron, a leather apron that is smeared with blood. In his hands, he's carrying a massive meat cleaver. As he walks in, and the first thing he notices is that there's one of the chairs of an individual that was attached to his exsanguination device. I don't even know if I said that right, but he's angry. Who's here? And he starts moving things out of the way, and he looks down and he sees first Kyanite, and he sees Tobias. I need you guys all to roll initiative, please.
Oh man.
Good Lord.
How did he see us?
It might have been the
We're under
natural
the table
ones.
and everything.
I don't know.
Could have been could have been the light. I don't know.
He might have not.
That's-
Honestly, he might not have noticed if you'd rolled above a 10 and not pushed the thing over. But because you did that, like he's here. He's pissed. This is the cutter. As he moves into the space, let's jump over to this map so we can get a little bit of a vibe of what's going on here. Let me see. I do have a mini for this guy. Where is it? Oh, God. There he is. All right, 25 to 20. Actually, I should probably roll initiative too.
Oh,
Okay.
no, you don't.
Don't roll initiative.
No, you got a
15 to
one.
20.
18.
18 for Gel. Okay.
18.
18
Whom
for
had 18
whom?
as well.
Whom I'm assuming you have a higher dex. I don't know if that's true, but
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
rollies.
16.
Rollies.
Rollies.
Each roll a d20, no bonuses.
15.
12.
Okay, so
You beat
Gel
me.
and then whom?
Sure. Slow and steady. Slow and steady.
Yep. Slow and steady wins the race. 10 to 15.
12.
12 for Kyanite. Okay. Wow. 5 to 10?
8 for Tobias.
6.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to be very quiet and hide.
Just
I can't see him
hiding.
from where I am.
I'm hiding here.
You can probably
right.
see one of my horns sticking out from like wherever I am because I didn't hide real good.
So on the map, Kyanite and you guys are over here. We'll say you're over here. Whom's hiding here? He comes in and sees you right away. Time to die. Gel.
If he... I'll go ahead and... I can attack twice with my crossbow, right? That's 2 actions even with that, right?
It has
Or
a
is it just with the
loading
battle
property,
axe?
so it takes an action to load it.
Okay. Well, you know, we're just kind of in a cruddy spot. So from my hopefully undisclosed location, is he within? Am I able to get to him pretty easy? Is he
Yeah,
close by?
if you leap up from your hiding location and like close the distance, you can get to him for sure.
Okay. So I will pop up, charge him, and take 2 swings immediately with my battle axe.
Okay.
First one's a 17, second one's a 16.
They both miss. He sees
Hey.
the shadow of you as you come across, maybe given off by the light of the one dancing ball. Is that what they're called? And he kind of like ducks out of the way as you swing. You'll have to do better than that.
Okay. And that's it. No bonus actions this time.
All right, whom?
Okay. Just the sheer visage of this guy just like rolling in. He's a big one, and there's a little bit of clamoring, a little bit of nervous shake, but he stills himself. He pops out just enough to lay the bow down just right, and then shoot an arrow at him from cover. Since he hadn't seen him, I'm assuming this is done with advantage.
Sure.
So a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. 3, that's 7 from the short bow. And then 9 from sneak attack.
So a total of
16?
Okay.
18.
18.
Should
All
have
right.
been 18.
Okay.
Anything else from whom?
Immediately dropping back behind cover, using my bonus action to try to attempt to hide and move to change my position.
So you fire off an arrow, kind of looks over at you, roll a stealth check.
Oh, man. Shit. That's an 11.
I see you, little one, you're next. Kyanite. This guy's coming at you like he's within feet. Ugh.
It's my turn.
It is.
All right. Well, I'm gonna run to try to flank him with my friend Gel, if I can. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, you can get there for sure.
Cool. Then I'm gonna attack. First longsword. That is a 24 to hit
Yep, that will hit for sure.
for 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And bonus action, attack him again with my offhand. And that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yes.
For 7 points of slashing damage.
2 massive blasts against this guy as you lunge out from your shitty hiding spot and start swinging your swords.
Let's dance.
That brings us to the cutter. First of all, he's going as he takes an arrow and then the 2 sword attacks. He is going to channel his monstrous energy, and I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oof.
Shoot.
6.
Okay.
7.
Fail.
18.
Success.
Oh,
Dirty one.
Fail. So everyone but whom is now suffering from the frightened condition. And he is now going to swing his meat cleaver at the swordsman who has hit him twice. Kyanite.
Cool.
17?
Oh, yeah.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please. You want to roll really high on this.
Natural 20.
Nicely done. Okay, so you take 9 points of slashing damage, And as he cuts through you, hitting vital organs, you feel as though that was fucking close, and that could have killed you in a one hit had you not been fortified enough with your con save, basically, to evade that one. Tobias, you are frightened, I believe, right? Everybody but whom?
Correct.
Yep.
I am going to hold up my trident, point it at him, and am going to use my only advantage to cast the guiding bolt against him.
Okay, so it'll be a straight roll.
Just straight roll, yep. Nope, that's a 1.
That misses. It goes wide. You messed with my laboratory, now I'm gonna mess with you. Maybe I'll learn a little something from you.
I got nothing else. I got no bonus actions, so that is it for me then, since I can't move closer if I'm frightened.
Correct. All right, Isolde.
I am. You see, or for those who can see Isol, her eyes become spinning cogs that light up with a pale blue-green energy, and she casts protection from good and evil on herself.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And it says, if I'm already frightened, charmed, or possessed, I have advantage on any new saving throws against the relevant effect.
Okay. And then you also have protection from, what is it? Celestials, fiends, aberrations, and...
Yeah, undead, fiends, fae, elemental, celestial, aberrations. Creatures of this type have disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Back to the top of the order, Gel. Frightened, what do you do?
Well, frightened, but pulling just a little bit of courage there from my companion on the other side. I will go ahead and take 2 more swings at regular. Right?
Okay.
Advantage, disadvantage?
Right, yep, regular.
Okay. First one is a 19. Yep, 19 for the first one.
That will hit.
Second one is a 12.
That one misses, but roll damage for the first.
First one. 10 points of damage.
Okay. You get the sense that your axes are back to their good old selves, doing the full damage that you would expect them to do. As he takes it, he kind of looks at you differently now. And anything else? Bonus action or movement?
Oh, yes, actually. Bonus action, because I did hit the guy. Grappling Strike.
Okay.
Immediately after you hit a creature with a melee attack on your turn, you can expend a superiority die and then try to grapple the target as a bonus action. Add the superiority die to your strength, athletics check. Yep. The superiority die is a D10, I believe. Athletics. That's a 22.
So this is a grapple.
Yep.
Because you're frightened, it's going to be with disadvantage.
Okay. 22.
Okay. Nice. And I am rolling an opposed roll. I rolled a natural 20. Plus stuff. It's more than 22.
That was my turn.
Yeah. All right. So you like try to, even though fear is racing through your mind, you try to grapple me, just kind of like bashes your arms away. Whom?
Okay. All right. Yeah. He kind of he had hoped that he would have gotten away with popping that shot. So steals himself again. Figures the hell with it. Fully stands up and then fires another arrow at him. Let's see. And that's probably not gonna hit. That's a 14 to hit. But at the same time trying to fire, he's just yelling out, "Don't give up hope!"
Nice. Kai, hopeful, but frightened.
Okay. Well, after being frightened by this horrible creature and then knowing that I almost just got cut in half, Kyanite lets loose just a little bit of pee. But he's not going to give up being in the face of this evil, and so is going to turn and do a defensive flourish to try to protect himself from getting cut in half again, perhaps.
Okay.
So we're going to do my 2 attacks because I'm at disadvantage and advantage, so regular. So let's see how it goes.
All right.
And nobody can really notice just a little bit of pee.
Just a little tinkle. I mean, it's okay.
So that's a 17 to hit for the first one. You said that missed.
Yep.
All right. Second one is a 19 on the die, so 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so that is going to be 6 points of slashing damage plus my bardic ability, which is an additional 7 points of damage.
Oh shit! So 13 total.
Yes, and
Nice.
my AC until my next turn bumps up by 7.
Holy shit! Okay, very nice. Let's see. That brings us to
Because I have my swords in front of me. Don't stop.
Yeah,
Just
that's
don't.
sweet.
Leave me alone.
All right. So Cutter is going to make an attack against Gel.
Is he making that attack with advantage? Or just straight?
I think it's just a straight roll against Gel.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. That's going to be a 20, dirty 20 to hit. Make a Constitution saving throw for me, Gel.
No one likes turtle soup, okay?
No. They're too long-lived to turn into soup, in my opinion.
Con?
Yes, please.
Darn it. Okay. 12.
The meat cleaver swings across, gutting you across your abdomen, and you fall to the ground with 0 hit points. Tobias, you watch your friend Gel drop to the ground.
Knees still shaking from that because I assume he's within 60 feet of me.
Yeah, for sure.
Will call out Gel, if you fall, we all fall, and we'll cast Healing Word on him. Which heals 4 points. And while doing that, kind of in a point of desperation, I guess, is Cutter within 20 feet of where I am?
Yeah, I would say so.
So he'll actually throw his trident at him then.
Okay.
Kind of attack of desperation.
Sure. It'll be with disadvantage.
Yep. Ooh, that's not.
Okay, it's just. Do you want to not roll with? I mean, you want to? No.
No, I mean it's whatever. It's fine. But so it'll be a 7 to hit.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Yeah, that's it. This guy's intimidating.
Yeah, he sucks basically. Isol.
Yes. It is my turn. So I am going to firebolt that guy with this. Well, actually, do I get any kind of saves on the fear?
Nope, it is, there's no, other than the initial saving throw, there's no additional save for 1 minute.
Per minute. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Then I will just give it a whirl with disadvantage for this one. Oof. Oh, 16.
16 does not hit Cutter.
Oh, man. All right.
This guy's a brute.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm not within hitting range, so I guess that's it. That's what I will do.
Okay, back to the top of the order. Gel, you are up. Well, you're on the ground, but you have 4 hit points. You're not dead yet. And the bleak season just gave some advantage to 4 of the players. Bleak, you're gonna have to tell us who that is, or is that for the DM? I don't know. I doubt it. I don't need them.
Oh.
Give those poor people some advantages. So, Gel, go ahead and what are you gonna do?
Well, I guess I could take my action and
Thanks, Blake.
disengage.
Thank you. Everybody has an advantage. Thanks a lot.
I'm just not any.
Would he still be frightened if he got down? I'm just curious.
That would scare me a little bit.
Fuck yeah. And there's this
Even
big
more.
dude looming over him that just essentially killed him. Yeah, he's still frightened.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to leave the spot because I isolate my other companion there. But dang, I'm dead.
Sometimes it's better to live and fight another round.
Yeah. Wish you the best, kind. I'm gonna disengage and back off. Like, oops, wrong token. Can I get 15 feet away or so?
Yeah, yeah. If you disengage as your action, you can essentially use your full movement to get away.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
I'll just prep my crossbow for next time.
Okay. Whom?
I don't have a lot of pep talks. I guess it's kind of just more encouragement and another arrow. I'm just firing arrows of hope.
As he fires, you see Isol's eyes go into those cogs again, spinning cogs, and you do not have disadvantage on that attack.
Actually, he wouldn't have disadvantage anyways because he's not frightened.
I
He's
can't
not
use
frightened.
my ability.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Someday.
Yeah.
Alright, never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah. Next round, maybe.
but it was great. Awesome.
Or next time. We'll get it. We'll get it.
18 to hit.
That hits.
Woo. Okay. So that is 7 damage from the bow itself.
Okay.
He's still locked in engagement with Kyanite, so
Yep.
here we go. 4 and 12 of sneak attack.
12 sneak attack damage. Okay. Ah! The arrow hits him in the like chest. Blood all over the ground in front of you. Kyanite, you can see that he is seriously wounded from that last arrow. Anything else from whom?
I'm gonna take since I have that one placement. I'm imagining my immediate thought that I got a really good pop at this guy. He might actually get mad and start charging me. So I'm gonna start doing cutting a circle around this room.
Okay.
If he just blind charges, at least I'm not immediately there.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna
So
move
it's like a
myself
shot
down
and a
around.
move. Yep. That
Yep.
works.
Like a side, like a strafe shot.
Yep. All right, that brings us to Kyanite.
Sure does. Well, I have one last of my flourishes, so I'm going to stay here and let's hope that I survive. So I'm going to use my advantage that I just got from Bleak, thank you, to roll my first roll at standard.
Wait, don't use that.
Okay.
Use me. All right.
Okay.
Instead of that, my eyes do the coggy thing, and they're
There we go.
spinning, and suddenly you feel a weight has been lifted for only this round.
Oh, is it the whole round?
Well, it's
Or is it
only
one attack?
One attack. Soon,
I
I
need-
restored balance, and you are not at disadvantage for this attack.
Okay. I need this.
Yay, we got to use the cog eyes.
And thank you.
One
Thank
for
you.
I get one of these a round, I think. Actually, no, it doesn't say that. I could use them all in one round if I wanted to.
18 to hit?
Yes, that does hit.
Okay. That's good for me.
Roll some damage.
Will it blend?
So that's 11 points of damage, and then the bardic die is another 8.
You cut through him as he sort of reaches up with his unarmed arm, and you cut it right off. Ah! Still stands, but he staggers. Still holding the meat cleaver in one hand.
Bonus action, I'll try to hit him again. This will be a disadvantage, but that's all right.
You do have an advantage because you didn't use it last time.
I got my plus 8 AC. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
I'm hoping to survive.
Yeah, one and.
Yeah, that's a miss.
You miss him with the second one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So he is now going to... He is going to attack you, Kyanite. I mean, you're the only one there. But you do have the AC buff, so that's good. And that does not hit. That misses. 12. He swings the cleaver at you and misses. Tobias. You can tell this guy's like ready to fall.
I think I'm just gonna, without the trident, could pull out the crossbow and set a bolt and try to take a shot on him.
All right.
Are
With
you at disadvantage?
It would be
Yep.
disadvantage. Yep.
The little tiefling face peeps up and little cog eyes, faintly glowing, spinning, and you are no longer at disadvantage for your throw.
Ooh, that's epic. And I squander it with a 12.
That misses.
Ah.
It sticks in the wall.
And I think that's gonna kind of be it for me. I'm just gonna ready the crossbow again to prep it, but that's it.
All right, Isolde.
Oh man. I am going to cast. I am going to cast Aid.
Okay.
And that's I bolster my allies with toughness and resolve, and I choose up to 3 characters within range, 30 feet of me. So who's within 30 feet?
Probably everybody but Gel.
Everybody. Oh gosh. You know what? I think he needs this, so I'll like crawl over
Yeah, you
behind
can,
the coffin.
you'd be able to get pretty much everybody, I would say, from that position. Or if you got a little bit, like if you went right here, you could get everybody.
I'm not going in the coffin.
Well, that's just there for visual. That's just there for atmosphere. You're not in the coffin.
Okay, I'm like, I'll just crawl behind the coffin. So Galhum and of Kyanite and Tobias, who is worse?
Probably Kyanite because he's up front.
Okay, I'll give the three of you, then your maximum incurred hit points increase by 5 for the next 8 hours.
That's pretty helpful. And that brings us back to the top of the order with Gel.
No. Crap. I don't know. I'll take a shot.
You gonna take a crossbow shot at him?
Yeah, I probably should, because I got this bad habit of making some choices. But
It's all about choices.
I know. I'll take the shot though, because I am not feeling good at all.
Yeah.
I know Kyanite's hurting over there from the last blow he took. But yeah, not feeling good. So I'll go ahead. I'll take that crossbow shot.
Okay. And you're still frightened.
Yep. And I can't move closer if I wanted to.
Nope.
Well, that makes that choice a lot easier. So I will use my advantage. So
Do you
that
want
it is
to not use your advantage? I got one more. All right,
Sure.
little tiefling pops her head up, clockwork eyes. Suddenly, your roll is no longer at disadvantage, and that is the last one I get until
Okay.
I sleep.
Well, then I'll use my advantage to be a real advantage.
Hmm.
What? Oh no.
Goodness.
No, well, yeah, I did. I got a total of 9. I rolled 2 3s.
Oh, jeez. Come on, Rory. That definitely misses. In the cabinet, I mentioned there's that cabinet, closed cabinet. It just sticks right into the cabinet, your bolt.
Yeah, I mean, after being cleaved in half,
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Whom?
Well, he shouts out, he's looking hurt! Take him down! And, rolled a 13 to hit. With another arrow sailing
arrow
right
sails by.
short of getting him.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Anything else
What
from
is his
whom?
luck right now? No, you know what? Oh, damn, there's nothing else I could think of besides just maybe. I'm gonna be crazy for doing this, but I'm gonna move and dash to get behind him so that I'm flanking with Kyanite.
Nicely done. Kyanite, it is your turn.
Here's to helping.
Come on, man.
That round did not go as planned, but I didn't die, so I guess that's good. So with the
But did you
Get a
die?
straight roll.
so with the advantages disadvantage together, it's straight rolls. Let's see what I can do.
You can do this.
I love the faith. Swinging my
It's all
swords
about
around.
hope, right, Gel?
God hope.
Did he just
Gotta
crawl
have
away
hope.
mostly dead, talking hope? I
Yo,
like it.
But he's still alive. He's still alive.
like
That's
it.
the moral of the story here.
First die roll was a 1.
Aww.
Second die roll is a 19 to hit.
That hits. Come on, roll some damage.
For 10 points of slashing damage.
Tell me, my friend Kyanite, how do you kill the cutter?
Oh, I spin the sword around my head a few times, missed with the first attack, and then just stab it right into his gut and slash up.
Oh, and as you do, everything inside of him just spills out onto the floor, and he just falls backward, his arm having been cut off. The cutter, having been cut himself, drops to the ground. The floor shakes for all of you, and the room goes silent except for the of the machine. And my friends, that is where we will end tonight's session. You have, for the most part, survived your encounter with the cutter, and we shall see what happens next time. Great job, guys. I was getting a little worried there for a minute.
Good.
Woo!
Man, that frightening status.
Yeah, that one was tough. For a minute, with no, it's only the first save, and then that's it. This is a brutal module, or whatever you would call this.
Dispelled?
Yeah, you could use like a lesser restoration, I think, to get rid of the frightened condition. I think.
Nope.
No, it doesn't work.
Nope.
Oh,
I already
okay.
checked at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was the one thing that could have helped, but I guess not. Greater restoration? I don't know. Anyhow, there you go.
Yeah, lesser is blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Well, shit. You know, the moral of the story is that the hope got you through. And that's really what it's all about. As we close out tonight, I want to say a big thank you to the folks out there who have been hanging out with us, the raids that we've had, the cheering that's been going on to help our heroes as they fight their way through this crazy, super deadly module. Runehammer Games knows how to make it deadly. And I appreciate that because it makes for a fun time where the stakes are high. I think that's important. Let's go around the table and give some outros. Tell us who you are, if you got anything you want to plug. And let's start with Ashley.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter. And you can find me on Thursdays, not this Thursday because we're all at GuildCon, but so regular Thursdays, so following Thursday at R&R for At the Threshold, City of Arches at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And then tomorrow we're having a Session 0 Heroes of Greyhawk at 7:30 Central Standard Time to start our campaign. And it's so exciting. You get to find out who we're playing and what our accents are and what we're doing, and it's been a big build up, and we're excited.
That's going to be super fun. I'm so excited to get back into Greyhawk. Thank you, Ashley, for being here. Let's jump over to my good friend Vamp Wickman.
Hey everyone, Vamp Wickman, Chad here. You can find me here sometimes, trying not to have Dave kill me, which he does often.
I tried my best, man.
I was right there in the thick of danger for you. But now
you teed it up for me, man.
I was ready. Now I'm here playing some different games on this channel sometimes. You can find me working at GaryCon. It'll be enjoyable in March. And besides that, not much going on. Glad to be here. Thanks, Dave, for another good game.
Hell yeah, I'm glad you're here, man. Super fun. I'm looking forward to GaryCon. Everybody should go to that thing at some point. It's super fun. Lots of good games, lots of good people. Let's jump over to Travis, Mr. Eversalt.
Hey, Travis, also known as Eversalt or Scan Eversalt on Twitter or Eversalt over the YouTube channel. You find me next. I mean, I'm going to be at GoCon as well, but you can find me next here. This story Monday be the last time, just the final cut. Be there or be square.
Nice. Thank you for being here, Travis. Looking forward to seeing you for GuildCon this weekend, my friend. It's going to be super fun.
So excited.
Tyler.
Yeah, Tythalanos on Twitch and Twitter. Mainly just playing video games right now, hanging out. Feel free to come in and chat. And yeah, it's not much for me going on right now. Just waiting. Honestly, now starts the countdown for next week. Come right back here and be under Dave's great DMing.
So happy you're here, man. And I'm always happy to have you at the table. So thank you for that. Rory.
Yeah, so tomorrow you can catch me on Blue Box RPG. Weekly on Tuesdays, we have our Greyhawk campaign that we're running. And then starting September 25th, on the same channel on Blue Box RPG, I'll be running a different Greyhawk campaign. Actually, just 1 year prior. So 1 year prior to John's current campaign.
Very cool. Excited to see that. I love Greyhawk, and I love how there's all these folks streaming Greyhawk, but they're all kind of like coming together in different interesting ways. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Thanks for being here, Rory. I know you're busy, and I'm glad that you're able to make time for us. Y'all know me. I'm Dungeon Master Dave, DM Dave. I play games, run games, and produce games here on Guild Superior, and I get to play games with these great people. And we've got an awesome team of folks that hang out in our Discord and make all this happen. We do it. We have a team of people that are working on this stuff, and we couldn't do it without them because we have all kinds of new stuff happening, including a game on Sundays that's a Blade Runner RPG that Bleak Season is running. We have our Monday Night Mayhem, which next week will be the conclusion to Castle of Mirrors. And then we're going to move into some additional games. In fact, Ashley's going to be running an Oops All Kobolds game in a couple of weeks, which I'm excited about. That's going to be super fun. In October, yay! And we've got Miko's going to be running a game in his homebrewed world, which is going to be really cool. So there's a lot going on. Hopefully Tyler comes back and runs some more in his homebrew world. We'll see if we can entice him to come back.
Pressure's on. Pressure's on.
Yep, the pressure's
He's
on.
in my Oops All Kobolds, so you will see him definitely in October.
More games are always good. And then, of course, as Ashley mentioned, we will be kicking off a new adventure in Greyhawk on Tuesdays. So you're going to want to check that out. It is kind of in the same campaign world as the Dead Gang's adventures, but just shortly after that happens and tangential to it. But we're excited to kick that off. And then Bleak Season is also bringing the Shadesong Saga to the stream, and that's going to be we're going to be doing airing that on Fridays. So the Friday the 16th, I think, is when it kicks off. If I got the date right, I did.
That sounds right.
Yep, and I've played in one of the Shadesong games. Travis was in on it. Tyler played in one. That was super fun. Vamp's getting in on it. Super fun. So if anybody's out there in the chat and they want to get in on some of these games and have fun and hang out with us, please stop by, join our Discord. We'd love to see you. It's a fun place to be. So we're gonna quickly do a raid here. As we wind down here, we're going to go right into our friend Darling Creepshow. Darling, who has played with us in Viking Death Squad and also is in the Blade Runner game. And it's if you weren't able to make it last night, you got to check out the VOD. It was super fun. It's very dark and gritty. We have like a content warning, so just beware. But adults. Check it out. It's definitely for adults. And super fun. So we're gonna raid. Let's do it. Thank you all for being here. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's raid. See you next time.